Hello, good evening, everyone. Yeah, good evening. We can wait for a few minutes for for few more people to join. Then we can start.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir, may I know what is going to happen today?
We'll explain week one. So we'll do. I will do that. I'll explain week one. So same as
Okay, sir.
recorded.
Yeah, it's like a summary, right?
Yes. Kind
Okay,
of.
sir.
Sir, I had
Sir,
a
will you
doubt.
take our doubts?
Oh yeah, sure. What is your doubt?
Sir, I'm having problem in practice assignment questions.
Okay.
Sir, I also had a doubt. Is it okay if I ask?
Yeah, sure. What is your doubt?
Yes, sir. So I was reading, I was studying ordinal and interval scale, and I was ordinal, interval, and all those types of scaling. And I was thinking, what does rating fall into? I was thinking that maybe it falls into ordinal scale, but then I thought it can be interval too. So I was a bit confused.
Rating what? Rating?
Rating, like how you rate someone from 1 to 5. Like,
Depends on how it's written. So how, you know,
का
there are several ways to ask for rating.
वो
So
सुनाएगा रे
depends on which way it's being given to you.
Okay, so it depends on the context.
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, can you tell me if we take the context of
Sir, what is
data from 1 to
absolute
5,
zero?
then what is it? Interval or ordinal?
We'll cover this all topics. Don't worry, okay? Absolute, zero, ordinal, nominal, will cover that.
Sir,
So
I have a doubt in
you
question.
have, yeah.
May I
Excuse
speak? Hello.
I think we can start actually. Yeah. Wait, but let's start.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me
Yes, sir.
share my screen. Oh. Okay, so I'll start with whatever covered in week one. So this all things we'll cover today. That what is descriptive statistics. First of all, what is statistics? Then what is inferential statistics? How data? What is data? How it is being collected? How we can use the data, and what are the types of data? Then inside data we have columns and rows. Like if it is ordered data, right? So then what does this columns and rows means and something like this. So we'll cover all of that today. So let's start with what is statistics first. As you know, anything which is related to data, right? So it is the art of learning from data, right? So you have the data or you collect data, then you learn something from it valuable, that this many people are, let's say it's a data about how many people visiting a mall. Then you collect every day and you note it down, right? So you know that, okay, you can make some kind of analysis also, that okay, on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, more people are coming inside the mall, and this type. So this trend is going on YouTube. So how you know that? You see the data that okay, many people are watching this. Then this music is a popular one currently. That all comes from data, right? So we are surrounded by all different kinds of data, and then we learn from it that okay, this we make some kind of conclusions, and so this drawing conclusion is what about statistics, right? So incomplete, like statistics is concerned with collection of data, then describe it also, and then we do some analysis, which the analysis will lead to some kind of conclusions. Okay, so that is statistics, and there are two major branches in statistics. Okay, so one is descriptive statistics, and another is inferential statistics. So okay, let's say we wanted to represent the country, right? Let's say India. What it is, how people are, what kind of diet they follow, let's say food, or what kind of food they eat, right, in India. Then what we'll do, we'll go, let's say, from Kashmir, uh, let's say our country, let's say something like uh, and let's say something like this. Okay, so let's say this is India, a little bit like this. Okay, so let's say from Kashmir they eat, I don't know, there is a cold, they eat might be non-veg more, okay, chicken something. Then let's say you come to Gujarat or Rajasthan, where people eat roti, chapati, sabzi, something like that. And then you come to South, then people eat rice more. And maybe you go to north side, where also there also people eat something like that. So you wanted to represent the country, but you can't take every people into consideration. So such tasks become very hectic, right? That we can't take all the people inside in our uh, data set. So what we'll do is we draw some samples out of it, and then we do some kind of description out of it. So we'll cover what is population sample, but since we can't do it, so there are two segments. So one part is concerned with description and summarization of data. So whatever data you have, whatever, okay, so whatever you were able to collect it, you describe that data itself, that okay, I have collected this data, this data represent this much, okay. So let's say 50,000 people, out of that 5,000 were from Kashmir, 5,000 from Gujarat, from Rajasthan 2,000, 1,000 from Tamil Nadu, and etc. So this all description, a summarization you do, that is descriptive statistics, okay. Now let's say if you draw conclusion about something, let's say you say that India is a vegetarian country. Like how can you say that? Okay, so that is the inferential part, right? You made a conclusion out of the data you collected. It might be there's a probability that it might not be true in many cases, but that's not the point. We are making a conclusion based on the data. We are making inferences out of it. So that inferences is a probability. So then probability comes into picture, right? There is a chance that it might be, or maybe whatever data I collected might be wrong as well. So many things could happen, but when we draw conclusions from the data, that is inferential statistics, okay. So several other things could be, let's say, how much, what is the literacy rate of India? If you want to say that, then what will you do? You will take few peoples from all over the country, then you check out how much educated they are, and then based on that you can say that okay, India is this much literate. But you can't come up with exact numbers, right? You can't say that okay, exactly 50% or exactly 70% people are educated in India. You can't say that. So this is a probability or a chance, right? That it might be wrong as well. So let's say maybe exactly 67% are true. But see, I can't say that accurately because I don't have data for all the people. There are how much, 1.4 billion in India. That's very huge data. Collection is impossible. So then we go over, we take out some small portion of the data, and then on that whatever conclusion comes up, we say that okay, based on the small sample, I'm saying this, okay. So that part is inferential statistics. Now since I am talking about population and sample thing, let's see what is that, okay. So so let's just there's a few example of about population sample. Suppose we are interested in knowing what the percentage of all students in India who have passed their class 12th exam and studying and study engineering, right? So let's say 12th exam happens. There are 10, let's say, how much I will take. Let's say 30 lakhs in India. Let's say 30 lakh students were in 12th. A good number. Okay, I'll take it. So and how many of
Hello.
this joined engineering, right? So that is a question. So this
Sir, can you
30
hear me?
Yes.
Sir, one doubt is there. Can we will get this recorded lecture also after this?
Yes.
Okay, sir, because network issue is there.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So let's say so now we are talking about what the percentage of all students in India who have passed their class 12th, right? So we wanted to find the percentage of class 12th student who passed the class 12th and joined engineering, right? So let's say all the 12th class student, all of them, okay, whichever they pass, they fail, and something like that. So they are population. So out of them, we are taking few students who first we wanted to see how many passed, right? So that is my you can say kind of thing I wanted passed. Okay, it's not a sample or anything. And then out of that, how many joined the engineering, right? So this engineering. So this whoever joined engineering could become a sample. Uh, could become sample or could not become sample. We'll see how we'll define sample population a little bit, but just look at the examples for now. And let's say we want to see prices of all houses in Tamil Nadu, right? So all the houses in Tamil Nadu is my study. So all the houses is a population. Okay, then the total sales of all cars in India in year 2019. So again, this all things are population, that how many cars were sold in 2019. The age distribution of people who visit a city mall in particular month, same thing. Now let's see what is population and sample. So the total collection of all the elements that we are interested in. Okay, so when we do a statistical analysis or statistical study, first we are interested in something. Okay, so let's say I wanted to talk about India. I want to talk about cricket. I want to talk about Bollywood, any education, something. So that is my interest, right? So this all things are my interest, and in that, the total collection, all of that. Let's say I'm talking about cricket. That means all of that which comes under cricket is my population. Okay, all of that is a population. Now inside that, what kind of study I am doing? So let's say if it's related to cricket, and if I say, I want to inside cricket, what I can take is, let's say, who has the highest batting average or something, right? Something who has highest average in that. Okay, so if all the players who play the cricket are my population, but let's say few will be bowler as well, right? So they can't come into my study. So I'll take batsman in this because I want to study about the cricket batsman batting average and something. You can say they have some average. Of course they'll play cricket, so they will play something, right? So they will, but I'm saying that my interest is in kind of more in batsman, but still I will take it, right? So that's why they all contribute to population. And then from this, I'll take few peoples out of it and then study on it, right? That about batting average, how to increase it, something like that. So this all collection of small group is a sample. Okay, you can represent it, and yes, so a subgroup of the population that will be studied detail in later is called a sample. So all the elements is a population, and a small subgroup is a sample. Okay. Okay. So what is the purpose of the statistical analysis? So if the purpose of the analysis is to examine and explore information for its own interest, only the study is descriptive. So let's say I have some data. Okay, I have some data, and if I study it for I explore the data. I make some I make some summarization of that. I summarize my data. Okay, I explore it, summarize it, make graphs and all. Let's say bar charts and all. It will be called, but I think you know what is bar chart. Okay, so if my interest is only intrinsic, okay, or related to this much data only, then this become a descriptive kind of study. Okay, if the information is obtained from a sample of a population, and the purpose of study is to use that information to draw conclusion about population. As we talk, that a small group I will take something about, let's say, diet, about health, about blood group, anything, right? So education, many things you can take the small subgroup out of the bigger population. So this population, then you study the sample part and then make a conclusion about the whole thing. The whole population is a inferential kind of statistics. Okay. Now, descriptive study may be performed either on sample or on population as well. So, see, we can do study population, descriptive, but the part is it's difficult to collect the whole data set. That's why we do it on samples. Okay, it's not like we can't do it on population. Okay, but let's say if I have the population data itself, for some reason I have it, it was difficult task, but I collected it. Then I don't need to make any inferences, right? That how many were, let's say I was making about, how many passed class 12 in 2020, which one, 23. Okay, how many passed in 23, how many class 12 student, right? So let's say I have the whole data set now, the population itself, then I can count it, right? Because I have it all. Let's say 80% passed, 20% didn't. So there is no conclusion part, or there is no inference part. I'm not making any inference about my data. So
Sir,
that's why whenever
hello?
I have the whole population data,
Sir,
I don't make any inferences.
hello?
I make summary out of it. Yes.
Sir, can you please disable the chat section? Oh, there is over spamming in the chat section.
Is that?
Or only make it for host or co-host.
You can mute the notifications.
Okay. I changed the chat to me only. Okay.
Sir, can
Hello,
you please
sir.
explain the,
Yes.
sir,
Yes.
can you please explain the first point of this? First point of purpose statistical analysis.
Okay, so the first point is talking about what is descriptive statistics. Okay. That so basically you have these two things, right? Differential and inferential statistics. But when we'll use which one? So that is the purpose. So what purpose you will use differential, and for what purpose you will use inferential statistics? So if we wanted to just examine and explore information, right? Which is examine and explore means basically summarization. That's what we talked about in descriptive. Okay, here a little bit further. So in descriptive statistics, right? So we wanted to consider description and summarization of data. So that's what it is talking about. It's just different words. Examine and exploration now. Examine and explore information, right? So and then it's saying for its own intrinsic interest only. So intrinsic means insight, like you can say inside or something. So it is, so mostly it is talking about whatever data I have, I make my analysis is about this much data only. Then it becomes descriptive, right? If I make my analysis about the population or bigger of this, right? Population of this, then it becomes inferential statistics. Correct? So that's what covered in second point. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, there is a term called representation of a data. Like we have given some instructions and then asked, is this the correct representation of sample or population? I
Yes.
got always wrong there. I do not know how to identify correctly that it represents the data. Though every questions I attempt, I try to score good, but this representation is little bit tricky for me. So could you please explain after this?
Sure.
Okay,
Sure,
thank
we'll
you.
take the question itself, I think. Okay, so that will solve it, because if I make some example, I might become.
Sir,
But
sorry for interrupting, but I literally get nervous whenever I speak. This is my first time that I'm asking something. I
yeah,
am getting nervous. Sorry.
yeah, no issues.
We cannot use the inferential statistics in the population. Is it
Sorry.
true? We cannot apply inferential statistics in drawing conclusion from a population.
We don't.
Is it true?
No, we don't
We can-
need to apply. There is a difference. We don't need to apply inference on a population. If you have the population data, then why will you do any inferences. So inference is about, let's say you say something, but you are not sure about it. I mean, you are not 100% sure about it. You can say that, okay, I'm part right, maybe this is true, something. So
in the recorded lecture, Prashant said that we cannot apply inferential statistics in the population
yeah,
because
that's what.
we cannot
Yeah,
manage.
yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, no, sir, I understand.
So sequence number is a variable or not?
Sorry,
Serial number is a variable or not?
we'll go there. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Actually,
wait.
descriptive statistics depends on both population and sample. Or if they ask in question whether it is a population, depends on population or sample. Whether I should choose both or population, sir.
Both. See, it's been given here. Let's see. See,
It's given real sample or a population, so that's what I'm
see
asking.
here it says
So I
descriptive.
should-
See, if you see the slides itself, it's self-explanatory. But okay, see, you can apply descriptive statistics. Okay, descriptive study may be performed either on a sample or on a population. So describing a data is not a big deal. Like, not big deal is, you can, if you have the data, you can describe it, right? That description part will come later. That what is common description, that mean, median, mode, and all that will be there. But you can do it since you have the data, right? If you have the data, you can do describe it. But you make inferences when you don't have the data about something, but you have small portion of the data, that some small sample you have from the population. So what you do is you make inferences. But if you have the whole data, inference itself means that you are making some statement.
extra effort. Yeah.
Yeah, some statement which is kind of hypothetical, could be, you can say, like, it's not fact. It's just a statement. It could be true, it might not be true. So there is some chance or some probability assigned to it. So that's why it's inference thing,
Sir,
right?
the same doubt, sir.
Correct,
So,
sir. Thank you,
excuse
sir.
me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
The same doubt, sir. So, when I was crossing the practice assignment in the 16th question, the same, it was saying that inferential statistics can be done using this data, and also the descriptive statistics can be done using this. Both answer was, it was showing the right option.
Yes.
So that is so you can explain me, like, you can explain that example now, sir. Like practice section 1.1 16th question, sir. So it will be a little bit clear what we are saying. And that question, the same doubt. So what you with that example, if you explain, it will be much easier.
We will discuss in the end. And if you have any doubt, then we will discuss in the end.
Manoj,
Yes.
Manoj, I have a request. I think, like, let's go with the full this thing, then we can get into the, because we have the TAs and
I
all
was
looking for
asking
the
like an
practice.
example. So that's what I was like. Is the
Yeah,
example.
okay, don't worry. See, so how this course lecture session goes in. See, today we explain and we talk about the theory part of it. Tomorrow we will have again same thing in Hindi. So I'll again come up and talk same thing in Hindi. And then on Tuesday we'll take all these doubts. That you have this practice assignment, this activity questions. So,
Okay, sir. Okay.
so you can maybe hold it for today or tomorrow. Then it will be better. So on Tuesday we can cover all of that.
Yeah, because
We will
in the
explain
class
same thing. Same thing tomorrow in Hindi.
Yes, same thing. Hindi.
And when you will solve the assignment and practice assignment, sir?
On Tuesday.
On Tuesday. So
Yes.
we can attend the direct Tuesday session?
Yes, you can.
Okay, sir.
Tomorrow is for those who have
classes is
difficulty in
class same.
English or something, right? English language difficulty, they can join tomorrow. If you understood today, that's fine.
So tomorrow
I can
our
understand in
city
both
class is
languages.
also there.
It's Hindi
At
or
same
English?
time.
Tomorrow it's going to be same explanation, right? In Hindi.
Same, yes. Same thing.
Okay, got it.
I have a request, like,
Hello?
why we don't have TA session of statistics here with this term? Because
Yeah,
seldom,
we'll have it. We'll definitely have it. So there is some dealing from that part. But we'll soon start it, okay?
okay, because, like, if
Hello?
you want to clarify your doubts, it's really hard during this time. So Could you please help?
Yeah, sure. We'll have that sessions. We'll soon, make that sessions ready for you.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what is the difference between population and sample? Explain.
Okay. I'll explain. So I already explained it. You can watch it back, but I'll explain. So population is something. The whole, my analysis is about. So all the observations of my analysis are a population. Okay. And then I take small portion of it, which in most of the cases will do, because we can't collect the whole population data. It's difficult. That part is very difficult. So what we do is we take sample or a small portion of it, which is a sample. Okay.
So subset of a population.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So now we have what is data. What is let's understand something about data. Because we are going to we need it for learning the data, and we know that all of the things are data, but how can I use it? If it is in form of speech, let's say we are talking about that's a data, but can I use it that also? So or do I need to do something? So for now, it's a primary course, so we'll focus mostly on some very specific type of data. Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt. So, for some instances, a statistical analysis can be descriptive as well as inferential. How is that possible?
How is that possible? And so
because in
see,
one of the assignments, the answer to a question was both.
yes,
So,
it can be, right? So let's say if you have sample, see, you have this population, you draw out a sample out of it. Okay, this is my sample. You collect the sample only. You don't have the population data. So first you will do describe it, right? You do descriptive study on this, right? Then based on your descriptive study, you did descriptive study. Now you will do inferential study as well, right? From this sample. So
yes,
you can
sir.
do both of that.
Sir, we by making descriptive study, we make inference on the data.
No. We don't make inference by doing descriptive only. Descriptive is just describe the data, that what is data, what kind of things are inside that. Like we'll see like what comes under descriptive strategy, all of things. But inference strategy is little different. You first need to learn probability, then you do the inference part.
Inferential is only done on sample of a data.
Yes.
The inferential means a pictorial representation.
No.
Sir, subset of a population.
Inferential is
So
not.
then
No, sample means subset of population.
Sir, can you solve the activity question after each
Inferential means
lecture?
total collection of items that we can do interpretation like that to draw a conclusion, right?
Manoj, could I request, like, could we actually have the session going? Please mute everyone so that without interaction we can go with the session and have the discussion data.
Yeah,
So please complete the doubts in the last.
Doubts,
please mute
but
everything.
already covered. I mean, see, if I don't know, man. I like you all are coming up with same doubts in different ways.
So you can mute and you can continue, sir.
I think I can.
You can
Yeah,
have the doubt section in the last, sir. It will be correct.
Yes, I can do that.
I would request you to kindly mute the mic for an hour. Then we can have the discussion data at almost around
that would
7:30.
be
That
better.
will be ideal.
That would be better. We can.
And even the chat also kind of disabled, because I could see a lot of unsolicited people talking about some groups and all this thing. Kindly mute the chat also for 1 hour.
Yes, sir. The doubt session.
Yes, sir. The chat is
Many people who are not in the term also, they are also here, I think, if I'm right.
So someone is spamming in the chat section continuously.
They are populating their own chat and all this stuff, which is not ethical, I think, here.
And providing some unofficial WhatsApp groups here.
Host and post only. Okay, I made this. let's say.
Yeah, kindly mute both the mic and the chat. That will be ideal.
Okay. Can do that.
So please take the doubts after the summary so that we can also understand the doubts. Otherwise, it will be very happy, sir.
Sir,
Yes, Prasanna, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say. That Prasanna, like after an hour, we can go for the discussion and doubts. If we keep on interacting, he can't even focus, and time and again the same topic is being talked because people join late and they ask the same question.
Sir, are you from the end of IIT Madras? Mr. Dot.
Yes, sir, please.
Sir, is this for a qualified student or for a term 1 student?
This is for both of them.
Okay, so you will be able to solve both of our doubts.
Same course, same content, everything is same. So yes.
Okay, sir. Sir, will you clear our doubt after the session or with the session?
We will. I'll take doubts at the end. That will be better. I'll just go through it. Okay. I'll explain whatever in the week one. Then we can have all of your doubts. That would be better
Okay,
because same doubts are coming up again and again with same thing.
So
It's just
basically,
different words.
I just wanted to ask, is this mandatory to attend?
No, it's not mandatory.
Okay, so
Only
if we don't have any doubt, can we leave the class?
sure.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay. Now I think. Okay. Now I'll go through it. Okay. So let's see where I was. Okay. I was talking about what is data. So in order to collect data or even analyze data, summarize it, we need to know what is data, right? So data are any facts and figures collected, analyzed, and summarized for presentation and interpretation purposes. That is data. So facts and figures means it can come up in texts, right? It can come up in as well as a text, comments, you can say. Let's say it come up in tabular data. Let's say Excel file, right? Excel sheet is there. That is also data. It can come up as a voice also, right? So speech and basically images are there. Photos of people is a data. So this all things are data. Now for this purpose, we'll just go with this kind of data, which is tabular data. But just so let you know that this all things are also data. So data is anything which are collected, analyzed, summarized. If you can do all of this thing like or any of this thing, summarize it for presentation and interpretation purpose. That is what data is. Okay, and statistics is all about data. That's where this all things started, right? Now let's say you are interested in characteristic of some groups or groups of people, places, things, or event, right? So anything you are interested in, you need to collect the data. Okay. So some group means let's say you wanted to talk about let's say food of something, Bollywood stars, right? So that is group of people, Bollywood stars. And then let's say cricket players, that is group of people, students in primary school, primary students, villagers, right? People living in villages, those are groups, right? So and then places also, you can say, let's say in India, what are tourism, right? If you go for tourism, that's places. Things like let's say on Amazon, which is the most popular selling item. Then let's say events are also there, which are happening. Let's say weather, cyclone happened. Let's say Titanic is an event, right? So Titanic or something. So this all things are events, and you collect data of this thing, whichever you are interested in, and then you'll do something about it, right? So that's all is data. To know about temperature in a particular month in Chennai, you need to collect data. To know about the marks obtained by students in class 12, that you need data. Right? To know how many people like a new song, product, video, collected through comments. So this all you can collect through comments, or let's say like button, dislike button, rating, several ways you can collect it. but you wanted to know something, right? Let's say how many people liked in this case. In this case, you wanted to know marks obtained by students, right? So this is what you wanted to know. So that's why you collected data. In this case, you wanted to know temperature. So something you want to know, that's why you collect data about that. Okay. Now, so sometimes what happens is data is available in some form. It's available on internet. Somebody has collected it, right? So that's why it's available, or some way it's being designed that either it's getting collected automatically, something like that, right? So published data, you can say, which has been collected by others, you can use that. But if your study is very niche, like very particular to one subject, very small subject or something, then you need to collect the data if it's not available. So both the ways possible. But for our purpose, like in our course, we will assume that data is available, right? That's what we'll assume. Because collection of data, before collecting data, you need to know the statistics one course, like this whole thing, then statistics 2 course, which is like inferential statistics. If you know all of that, then you can go and collect the data, right? That this kind of data, if I have, then it will be very easy for me to do this analysis. So that's why first we study this part on available data. We study it, then we get to know that, okay, if I would have this kind of data, then it would have been easier for me, right? So that's why we first learn how to do the descriptive statistic part and inference statistic part. Then we'll so that I think it's not there, but then you can go on and study how to collect the data. Okay. So for our purpose, it's there. Okay, now there are two types in data, that it could be structured or it could be unstructured. So structured means when it is in the tabular format, right? So we call it as a tabular format, and you would have seen it in Excel file, spreadsheet, in Google spreadsheet and all. So this kind of data is a structured format data, right? Unstructured could be, let's say images are unstructured. You don't know what is where, right? It could be something like this, something like you can create different kind of images. So this is unstructured kind of data. So for the information in a database, or to be useful, we must know the context of numbers and text it holds. So we should know what, if this columns holds, what kind of data is going to come up in this whole thing, in the whole column, that I should know, right? Or even in a row also, that what I need to write here and there, right? So if I know that, then I can kind of, it makes it easier to make summarization, description of a data. Okay, we must know the context of number and text it to this. When they are scattered and with no structure, with like image, like a sound, like a comments, then it's become very difficult to do any kind of analysis. So so later on, when you will learn machine learning, you will know how to do what you can do with unstructured data, and how you can convert it to structured data, then you can analyze it, something like that. So that's not part of our purpose. Let's say for the easiness of this course, we can say that we'll have basic kind of data which is in a database, or which is a kind of tabular data itself. So we'll not go to this place, but later on, when you'll maybe probably go for higher studies, you'll know how you can handle unstructured data. So first we need to organize the data, right? So organization of data is very important. Otherwise, this whole study will you can't do any kind of this study, right? With tools, so we'll require tools, and also spreadsheet, Excel, you'll require some kind of tools, right? So let's do that. Let's organize the data, and to organize the data, we should know what is a data thing, right? Structured data. So let's talk about the structured data. That is organization of data, right? Organize it. So first, what is the case or observation? So a unit from which data are collected, right? So you can say each row could be a case. I'm not saying always it's a case. If it's a repeating case, It might possible. Let's say you go to a hospital, patient one comes up, right? Patient one. You collect, or doctor collect temperature of his, blood pressure, then let's say oxygen level, something like that. So this all things he collects it, then put it here, right? So then another patient comes up, patient two. Same thing he collects it. Then patient three comes up. So for many patients he comes up. Then let's say patient one comes again. Patient one again he comes up. Then again he will measure it. But in that case we say that this patient one is a case, right? So this patient two is a case. So each a unit from which data are collected. So in this case, it's a patient, right? So for patient, individual patient we are talking about, so that makes him a case, right? And most of the time what you see is it's always different, like all the rows are different or something, right? We don't want same case to repeat again and again. That's why you see that, okay? But each patient is a case in our example. Then what is variable? So this, he collected temperature, he collected, let's say, blood pressure, oxygen level. Then this all are varying thing, right? So let's say first patient has a 100 Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit temperature, right? Then another one has, let's say, 99 Fahrenheit. One could have, let's say, 101, 102, anything. So he might have temperature of this thing. So which is varying, right? It's not constant. And it can't be constant. And blood pressure as well, it will be different for all the patients. Oxygen level also will be different for all the patients, right? So this all are variables, varying things, right? Let's say you put something like I don't know, count. In our case it doesn't make any sense, but let's say patient one, it is always going to be one, right? Only one patient is going to come and you will collect data of that. So you don't put this all things as a variable. It should be varying thing. It should not be constant, right? So that's why we have this variable, or you can say column in our case, right? And a characteristic, okay, let me erase this part, I think. Okay, so okay. Yeah, so formally, okay, a characteristic or attribute that varies across all units. A unit in this case is a sorry, in this scenario it's a case, right? That's what I call a unit from which data are collected, and that unit I'm talking about. So for each across all units it should vary a little bit, right? Something, so that is a variable. And let's say okay, so these are from the data set which are in the course. Students data, let's say for student you can say name of his, right? So name is a varying thing. Each student have different name. Then marks obtained, that is also could be different. And from which board he is coming from, in let's say CBSE, ISC, or in state boards, right? So these all are varying things. Then rows represent, for each case same attribute is recorded. So for each person I am collecting same kind of data, right? Let's say first student comes up, I collect his name, I collect his marks obtained, then I collect which board are you from. Then student two comes up, I collect same thing, name, what is your name, what is your, how much marks you have obtained, which board are you from. The student three, right? So this all for each case same attributes we are collecting, right? And for each variable same type of value for each case. And same thing, like for each variable, let's say here I'm collecting same thing, like I'm collecting name. If it's a name column, then I'm going to collect name only. If it's a marks column, then I'll collect marks only, so I'll write that only, right? So that's how I'll get this tabular data, Excel kind of data. Okay, let's say name here, I'll put name here. name, then let's say how much marks you obtained, then which board are you from, right? So this kind of thing, right? Then I'll write student one name, how much marks he obtained, let's say 98. He could be of CBSE. Let's say his name is something like, let's say, Anil. Okay. So this is structured data. Okay. So in summary, like each variable must have its own column. Each observation must have its own row. Okay. Yeah. I'll unmute you if you have any doubt related to this. I'll take it. I think you can.
Hello,
sir.
Yes.
Sir, date of
I heard that-
birth is a variable or not?
Sorry.
Date of birth. If in the spreadsheet there is date of birth, gender, and
Yes.
class 12, 12, 10 CBSE marks, mobile
Yes,
number.
yes,
all
it's
are
all
variable.
variable. It's all variable.
And name. In case of name, the name of the students in the flow in the score sheet also are variable.
Yes, that name is variable.
Sir, then what is case?
Case is a row, right? For which row you are talking about. If you see the structured data, that case is a row. So let's say student one or is there. First, right? Serial number one, serial number two, serial number three, let's something else. So student one, student two, student three. Then his name is, let's say, Anil. And so that is the case. This guy is a case, right? And in this case, his name is Anil. Hello, yes.
Mute your mic.
Okay. Right. So in this example, Anil is a person, like is a student who is a case also. And so in reality, his name is Anil. He is from, let's say, CBSE board. He got 80 marks. So this is a case, right? Then another will come up. So that is also another case. So case one, case two, case three, you can say like that. So that is case. Okay. Next. Yeah. Who? Roshni, you can go. Hello, Roshni. You have any doubt? Or it's in chat? Okay. Who is next? Lokesh. You can maybe ask the question. 24F300 2812. You have any doubt? Okay. Dibya, you have any doubt? No. Kishan.
So much of them raised their hands.
Shravan, Kishan, anyone, any of you have doubts? Anybody else has doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. We can move. So let's take the next part. I'll again mute. Let's see. So what we have now is we did understanding of data. Now the part is how do you classify data, right? So we see what we did classify data in like structured or unstructured way. But if it is a, let's say, structured data, then how will you classify it, right? So inside structured data, we have categorical and numerical kind of data, right? So, and inside categorical, so what we say is categorical is we call it as a qualitative data. So qualitative means it's not numbers, it's their text, right? Like name is a qualitative data, name. You can ask, let's say, address of a person is qualitative data, or maybe which state he's from, state name, country name, pin code itself. So this all are qualitative kind of data, okay? And quantitative data is something numerical. Let's say age, how much income is of that people, how many cars he owns, something. So if that kind of data is there, then it becomes numerical kind of data, right? So so measurement units are like the scale that defines the meaning of numerical data, such as weights measured in kilograms. So if you would have gone through any kind of mathematics thing, you know that units are very important. How you measure anything data, right? So let's say if a circle, then you measure it in, that's a centimeter. And if you have done geometry thing, like circle radius is given as 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, something like that. Then prices are there. If it's prices, then in what unit? Rupees, dollar, euro, pound, something, right? So height is in centimeter, meter. Several other scales are there, but it should be in some scale, and it should be uniform across all the cases. Okay. The data that make up numerical variable in a data table must share a common unit, right? That's what I said. They should have same unit. You can't change it in between. If you do that, then see, first we see that first we see what is structured data. Then structured data, what is numerical and categorical data. So if you change the meaning of that column, right, that variable, then your analysis will later on will fail, because earlier you collected data in centimeters, then let's say in between you changed in meters. So that's the issue. You can't do that. If you do that, then that's like incorrect data, okay, itself. Now there are two types of like data itself, like what are cross-sectional, which are called cross-sectional and time series. So time series data is data recorded over time. So when we do collect data over time, if you know meteorological department, they collect data every day. Every day they collect what is temperature today, what is wind speed today, right? So temperature in some city, if you live in, let's say, Delhi, what is temperature in Delhi? Let's that. So let's say Delhi is there. What is temperature of that, right? You collect that. Then you collect what is air quality index of that city today. And then you collect wind speed, right? Wind speed. Then you collect humidity of the city. This whole thing you collect every day, right? So this is about Delhi. You can maybe mention that my city name, that's a city, right? So I say I'm talking about Delhi. Yeah. Then I should give a date also, right? That I'm collecting on today, which is, let's say, 29 September. So this is on that. That's tomorrow also I'll collect it. Then on, let's say, 1st October also I'll collect it. So every day I'll collect it. For Delhi, I can collect. For different cities also I can go for, let's say, Chennai and all. So for everything we collect it, right? So this is a time series data, because time is coming into picture now. It's same thing we are comparing, like same thing we are measuring, but on different days, right? The cases, you can say, could be similar. The thing I'm collecting data about is the same thing, but what I'm changing is the days of it, right? So time I'm changing it. So that's why it's a data recorded over time. That's a time series data. And cross-sectional data is the data observed at the same time, or you can say not necessary. Like, let's say if it's not collected on same time or not observed on same time, doesn't matter. Let's say how many student passed class 12th. I mean, it doesn't matter when they pass. Let's say somebody passed in 2019, somebody passed in 2020. If I don't record this part, then it becomes a cross-sectional type of data, right? If I don't use any years or month or in it, so that makes this cross-sectional data. You can say okay, how this today's match happened, something, right? So everything which doesn't have time in it, you can say cross-sectional kind of data. We assume that they all collected on same time, or time doesn't affect the data. Okay. Yes. So here this chronological order. So graph or time series showing values in chronological order. So time plot is something, we have a plot, then we go, let's say, for time in this case, and then we measure something like this. You would have seen maybe stock market data somewhere, let's say price of a stock market, which is time series data. Okay, then let's say price of even things we use, let's say onions, you can say onion price is something, it was 4 rupees, then it increased by 8 rupees, 40 rupees, it reached somewhere. So this is over time, right? Over time it happened. It could go like this also, doesn't matter. So I'm not showing that it should go always up. It could be in any way, in any form, right? This is just a data over time. So this is my time, and this is something, right? So that is my cross-sectional time. I can show with time plot. This is what I want to mention. This is a time plot I'm drawing. This is not data. This is just a plot. Data will be in tabular only. Okay. This is here somewhere date is written. Then you have everything. Now, yeah, this is example of time series data. Let's say we are interested in potatoes of how it is getting affected by days, right? So let's say on 1st March you collect some quantity, okay, in kilograms. Okay, so 0 means it could be 500 gram, 800 gram or something, and then their price was 21. Then on March 2, this many kgs of potatoes got sold for this rupees, and then the selling price was this, right? So something. So this all you can collect, and this is a kind of time series data, because we are collecting data of potatoes only, different things about potatoes, but on different dates, right? So that's what makes it time series kind of data. So classify data as categorical or numerical. For numerical data, find out unit of measurement. Okay, check whether data is collected at a point of time or over the time, right? So this is what you need to see when you talk about data. So whenever you get data, let's say you get any data, first you should see what is it a categorical or numerical kind of thing. Okay, you check that. You make this check that okay, this is one of this kind, could be this one or that one. Both of them is also possible, right? Then you go, okay, is it time series or cross-sectional, right? So time or cross-sectional. So in this case, either it could be either one. Okay, it's both is not possible. In this case, both is possible. Either one, you see that okay, now you can go ahead and do something with data. Okay, so for now, whenever you get the data, whenever you first do check that what kind of data it is. Is it categorical, numerical, or time series or cross section. So this way you can say about the data. Okay. Okay. Now I think if you have any doubt, you can go ahead.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can we please step to the table that you made above?
Yes.
No, sir. The table that you made above, not this one. Yes, sir. This one, this date city.
Okay. Yes.
the date that will be our case, and date, city, temperature, all these will be variables.
Yes, yes. All of these are variables.
Okay. So, sir, these both they'll be also be.
Your voice is breaking.
Hello.
Yes.
Is it clear, sir?
Yeah. You can.
So, sir, is Delhi also a variable?
Yes. Delhi is no, Delhi is not a variable. Sorry. See, Delhi is a variable. City is a variable. Inside that, Delhi is a value. Okay. So Delhi is a value. Let's say you write temperature here. Let's say 30. So 30 is a value, right? Like I wrote Delhi. Delhi is a value of a variable city.
Sir, in cross-sectional data, like
Yeah.
the chart of any graph.
Any graphs? Yes. There will be graphs. For cross-sectional, we use bar chart, pie chart, stem and leaf plot, and so on. We'll have it. So I think it will be next week. But yes,
So, sir, in the questions of asking about the cross-sectional data, I am making some mistakes there. Because in between cross-sectional and time series data, I have some confusions.
Okay. So let's say if some data is so if you see that time is related here, right? Time is given and time is making some kind of change, or let's say you collect some data over time that makes a time series. If it doesn't affect that by time, right, then it become cross-sectional data. It doesn't matter what it is, right? So that makes it cross-sectional data, something like that.
Okay, sir.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, please scroll down.
Yeah, scroll. Okay, here.
Sir, wait. Sir, can we say date, city, temperature, AQI, winds, and whatever it is, these all are called case 1 and case 2, we can say. Like date, city, temperature, AQI, winds. These 6 things make up first case or second case and third case.
Yes. So this is my first case, this one, and this is my second case. Okay, I took
And can we say, sir, measurement unit is also categorical color data?
Which one? Which one is category? Sorry.
Sir, your voice is not clear. Sir, measurement unit is also called categorical data, we can say.
Unit. Oh, unit is a different thing, right? Unit itself is not a, it doesn't come inside a categorical or numerical, because we never write it in as a particularly. We write numbers, or that, let's say this temperature is in Celsius or Fahrenheit, right? So Celsius, Fahrenheit is a unit. Unit means that unit you are talking about, right? So that
Sir, basically
inside
you
that I
said,
write in.
sir,
Yes.
basically you said in centimeter we can't write meters. So
Yes.
centimeter is a category of some recorded unit now.
Centimeter is a category
of recorded unit, some length.
Yeah. So length has, you can say that. But you are partially right. But let's say if you are statistical some person, you won't do that kind of categories and all. You don't have any interest of that, right?
Okay.
Something like that you can say.
It's like a kind of doubt I asked.
Yes, but yes, you can say that there are all categories of units. Let's say length is measured in several categories of units.
That's what
Length as like centimeter, inch, meter.
Yeah, that's
Meter.
what I'm saying. It's a category.
Yeah, there are several categories of length. You can say it. Definitely, but yeah. But in our case, we will never use it. We'll always go with any one of categories, or I'll say in one type of unit for all the values of a variable, right?
Okay, okay, okay. Oops, thank you.
Okay. Okay, next out.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, could you please
I
explain how
have
to
two.
identify a case and a variable in a table?
Case and a variable. Okay, see, this all, you can see date, city, temperature, AQI, wind, right? This all are variables because they vary. Inside that you write different things. Right. So let's say this one only. If you can see, the quantity is there, right? Quantity is there. Now it's varying. It's different on each day. So that's why this is a variable, right? And this each uh, day is a case, right? It's on different day you have different kind of values. So that's why this becomes case, and this is a variable. This all are variable: cost, selling price, quantity. About potato only, but still they are all variables. This is a time series kind of thing. If it's not time series, then also they are all variables, and then you won't have dates, but you will have different things here written, like not potato, but you are then collecting about different things, right? So that makes them cases. Like I took example of patients. Patient one comes up, then he okay, it was very far. Get it that. Yeah. So let's say first you have patients and all, right? So let's say patient one comes up. So that patient is a case, right? Then on patient one, you collect some data about it. Let's say you ask temperature from him, like what is the temperature, what is the blood pressure, or you don't ask him, you measure it. You have that measuring thing. So nurse have it. So some nurse collected it and put it here, right? So that's what he gives it. Then oxygen level, then something else also you can measure, like heartbeat, depends. So this all things you are collecting about whom, this patient, right? So this patient is a case. You get this case file, right? That patient one comes up, then you collect this variables about him. So that's why this is a case, and this all are variables. These four things in our case. It could be much more or less also. Okay, next out. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. No.
Yeah, go ahead.
The phone number is which type?
Sorry?
Categorical or numerical phone number?
Okay. So it's a categorical kind of thing, same as pin code. The reason it's being represented with numbers, but the number doesn't hold anything, right? Let's say we see length and all, right? Let's say length is there, or weight is there, something, anything, we have unit of that, right? So we measure length in centimeter or meter or anything, that's fine, but you measure it, and then you can later on add it, multiply it, you do something kind of thing. So that's why they all are numerical. But with phone number we don't do anything. Like we have any number, let's say 9876543210, you will not do anything with it. Like this is just a a categorical kind of thing, one category of that, right? Then you'll have different category of number, then you'll have another different category of number. So this all numbers you will get, and you won't do anything with it later on. So that's why it's not a numerical data, it's a categorical data. And same as pin code also. The pin code is represented with, let's say, Chennai something. So this is represented with numbers, but it's a category. Okay. Okay, next. Bhavna.
Date is also category.
No, date. Okay, date is. Mm, okay, good question, but yes, you can say for now it's a categorical data. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because later on you will come across when you learn time series data, date is itself a category, like date time category or something. So we have another term later on, but for now you can say it's a categorical data.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Bhavna Reddy, you have any doubt? Simant Kumar, you have any doubt? Gautam A.
Yes, sir. I do have.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can you please go down to the potato example of potato?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, in this, if we have considered that this is the example of which is from Uttar Pradesh, and
Okay.
I will have similar kind of data which will be from West Bengal. So
Okay.
because these both states are major producing potato producing states. So
Okay.
and in cross-sectional data, we have mentioned that data observed at the same time. So does it mean that we will gonna analyze two data sets from both locations, from West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh? So is that mean that cross-sectional data or cross-sectional data doesn't have any direct correlation with time?
No, it's if you collect. Okay, so if you collect state-wise potatoes rate, okay, then it becomes cross-section because there is no time associated with it, unless you collect it for different days, right?
Yeah, we will collect it daily, no?
Okay,
As
if you
same.
collect it daily,
Yeah.
yes, then it become time series only. It is a time series data. But let's say you write potato here, right? You have this potato. So in this case, you are writing quantity, cost, selling price. Then you can add, let's say, city or state, whatever state. You can add state also here, right? So in this state, it was this price, right? So you will just have one more this variable,
Okay.
right? But it
Okay,
is a time
thank you.
series.
Yeah. On the previous slide, they have mentioned that cross-sectional data is observed at the same time. So I
Yes.
thought that both the states and at the same time, so that can be analyzed through this.
No, yes. So if you exclude the time part, then it becomes cross-sectional. Same thing. Let's say we
Okay.
don't have dates now. We just have this four
Okay.
thing, right? This four
Sir,
things.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it
sir,
becomes a cross-section.
Cross-sectional data.
Yeah, you are
Okay.
not collecting it every day or anything. You just went there once, or let's say in a month you collected it, and then you are over with it. So that's why it becomes cross-section.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
sir, when we consider state also,
State also?
then if March 1st is a case,
Uh,
March 1st is the case, then it will become cross-sectional data. Same time, different variables.
yes. Okay.
Is it right? I am asking.
So you're asking that March 1 is a case,
Yes.
and so what? Sorry, I didn't get your question actually.
When we consider state also,
As a case,
here, yes.
depends what kind of study you're doing. You can make that case, but then on that state you have to collect the data, right? So here we are collecting data about what potatoes. So if you collect data about states, then it become the state become the case. Right? Give me a minute. Hello. Any other doubt? Uh, Next, anybody has doubts? Or we can go to the next part. Divyansh, Vicky, anyone? Divya, Aryan, Aviral.
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll um, okay, I'll move ahead. Let's see. So now this, I think, the last part of it. See. So we did this part. Scales of measurement is what now pending. Let's do the scales of measurement. So data, we collect data in four scales of measurement. First is nominal, ordinal, and interval or ratio, right? So let's say I have names, right? Names are there, which are given something, right? I mean, let's say Amit or Asha, Vishal, something. So these all are names, which uh, which doesn't have any order or anything about it. Like it's just a name of it, right? So this all becomes nominal kind of data. So there is no order in between. They are just a category of a variable. So this is a variable, that's a name, and in this all categories are there, like Amit, Asha, and all different words are coming up, and you can form a category of it, and uh, and there's no order in between. Like let's say Asha is not in, like, naming wise, there is no order of it, right? So bigger, lower, or anything. Another could be, let's say, gender, right? Let's say gender. So we have like male, female, and all, right? So something like, so there is no order in between. There's no higher or lower in this case. They both represent equal thing, right? Then country name. Let's say country is also, so it's same as name, but yeah. So it's the same thing. So these all are nominal kind of data, which doesn't have any uh, order in between, right? Then so first we have just the categories which exist, right? So we can count them, like how many names are appearing and all. So that's why it's a nominal kind of data. Then what happens is we have something called ordinal, where categories have order in between. Let's say small, medium, and large, right? So now picture of order is coming up, or let's say good, and you can order it, like there's no order for now, but in what context I'm saying good is like it's a movie rating is there, then maybe you can go with, let's say, bad, normal, like normal, okayish movie, or then let's say good, right? So you can arrange them, and if you want it, right? So this is a ordinal kind of data. Then size of a t-shirt, let's say, I think sizes are given as S, M, L, XL, double XL, something like that, right? So this all are in ordered way. So there is a order, but there is no confined order in between. So medium is going to be higher than smaller, but how much bigger? How much is the size? So there's no specific size given or anything. There's no specific difference between them, right? You can't put it on a basically numerical scale, right? The numerical scale is like, let's say, 0, 1, 2, 3. If this is the case, then it becomes ordinal data, right? So if we have small, medium, and large, small, medium, and large, large. Right. So the difference between these 2 points could be anything. I'm not sure. I can't say it because these are just numbers, right? I know that this is going to be bigger, but how much bigger I don't know. So that's why this is ordinal data. In this case, what you can do is you can count them as well as arrange can count, and you can what you can do, you can find median and something, right? So blood group, ordered or ranked data, this is ordinal. I think that part will come later on, that's why I was worrying, but okay. So ordinal is a data which you can arrange, right? So now comes what is then interval scale. So that is the third scale. So we can see first what we did is we have the categories. We have the categories. We can order. We should not order them. They don't represent anything in order, so we can count them. Then we have something which we can order. So now there is order coming up, that this is smaller, that this is bigger, and all, right. Something like this. Now comes the numbering part. So here we don't have any defined distances, but now this is there, right? Distance is there. So let's say that's a year, right? Year is the interval scale. Okay. So currently year is going on as a 2024. Okay. Then let's say 23, 2022 and all, right? 2020 or something. So this all data, let's say all the years you can write, and you can say this is interval scale, because in between the interval there's gap of 1 only, right? 1, like I know that it's defined, but in this case if I go back and then say if I write 0, that doesn't mean it stops, right? So 0 doesn't mean anything. There is a negative, like before Christ as well. So if you go with this the calendar which we follow for now, there is before Christ as well. So then number will coming up as a not -1 but BC1, BC2, right? So BC something like that. So this all will coming up. So there is no 0 in between, and since there is no 0 in between, you can't say that let's say 2000 2021 is a half of 2024 or something. You can't make this all senses now, right? Even I'm saying it is a difficult thing, like how to make this statement. But if you take a case of temperature, let's say temperature is there. In that case, let's say there is no true 0 in our case, right? If it is measured in Celsius or Fahrenheit, okay, that very specific. In these 2 units, if it's measured, then let's say temperature could be 10 centigrade, 20 centigrade, 30 centigrade. I can say that this distance is 10 of 10 centigrade distance. I can subtract it and all, but I can't say that this 10 is half of 20 centigrade. The temperature, it doesn't feel that way, right? That it should be half of that. They are just number, and they represent that it's it's lower than 20. And it is at a 10 centigrade far from 20, right? The 10 is 10 centigrade lesser than 20, but it's not half of it. It's 10 centigrade lesser than the 20. Okay, same in this case also. I can say that this 2021 is 4 years previously it was, but I can't say it's a it's I don't know, 4 times or 2 times or something. That doesn't, we never do it with years, right? So that's why year is also a interval scale, and this temperature is an interval scale. Then sometimes what happens is some variables are there which are measured with which will never have zeros in it. So let's say GPA is there, right? GPA is computed between 4 and 10, right? So this is how the GPA is being computed. So that's why I say never zero will appear in this case. So I can't say that, 6, whoever has 6 or let's say 5 and somebody got 10, right? So this student who got 10 is a double in GPA than the person who got 5. No, that's what it doesn't mean. It means that this guy is 5 times less, like 5, not 5 times, 5 lesser, not times, okay, 5 less than the 10. So that's what it means. That's all. There is no absolute zero in this. So absolute zero is, whenever you say absolute zero, means that variable will be completely go away. Okay, that point is absolute zero. So let's say weight is there, right? So if you take weight, what is zero weight? Zero weight means it doesn't exist. So whatever it is, let's say you're measuring, you are measuring, let's say potatoes. You're measuring potatoes weight, okay, and you go and let's say if it's zero, the weight of potato is zero. That means it doesn't exist itself. The potato doesn't exist. Okay, uh, exactly zero. I'm talking about exactly zero, not 0.00010.000 anything. I'm exactly saying if it's zero, that means the potato doesn't exist. Height, if it's zero, then it doesn't exist. But in case if you know the temperature at zero, it exists, right? 0 centigrade is a temperature. You have -2 centigrade temperature. So in our case, in this type, let's say weight, height, what income or something. If it's zero, that means that variable doesn't exist that at that point, right? So that's what makes it another type, interval scale. After that, there is ratio scale, right? So in ratio scales, you can take ratios, but in interval scale, you can't take ratios. Okay, so because at zero, it doesn't vanishes. It stays there. It's still present at 0 point. So that's what makes it interval scale. Okay, then we have the ratio scale, which comes up with the another property of it, of another property along with interval scale, that you can now take a ratio of it. So let's say somebody is 5 kg, something is 5 kg. Let's say 5 kg potato he bought. Somebody bought 10 kg of potatoes. That means he bought double of this one, right? And let's say height wise also you can say, let's say something is 2 meter large and something is 4 meter large. That means it's a double of that. 6 meter large means 3 times of this, right? So now you can take ratios of it. You can put both of them in thing and you can take ratios out of it. So that's why it is a ratio scale. This is example of interval scale only. Okay, so yeah, so last part is the ratio scale, right? So you can say height, weight, age. So let's say something is zero age. That means it doesn't exist, right? At zero, it doesn't exist. Marks, zero means marks doesn't exist. Like he doesn't have any marks, something like. So that's why he got 0 marks. Okay. Yes. So all of them. So in ratio scale, you can do add, subtraction. You can do multiplication, division. Make ratio. So multiplication, division. What makes it the ratio scale? A ratio scale, right? So previously you can't do multiplication and division. You can do subtraction, addition in the case of interval, and prior to so if you see in nominal, let's say you have nominal. In nominal, you can't do addition, subtraction, anything you can't do. What you can do, you can just count it, right? Something. So you can do that. In ordinal, you can count them, but you can put them in order as well. So you can there is higher order than this, smaller than this. So you can put order as well. So count and order, right? In this case, interval, you can definitely count. That's not a problem because numbers are there. You can order them, but now you can do addition, subtraction as well. So that's a plus power it has, that you can do plus and minus, right? Addition and subtraction. And then comes the last one, ratio, where you can do multiplication and division. This is percentage, I think. This is division. Okay, multiplication and division. So that's what makes it a ratio scale. Interval scale, you can't do that. Multiplication, division. Okay. So named categories, okay, named and ordering, okay, no absolute zero, difference exists. So difference exists. Right. So there is that. Then true zero exists. You can do multiplication, division, and all. Difference exists, but there's no multiplication and all. Okay. Yes. So that's what summarizes scales of measurement, and your variable should be any of this scale. Okay. For now, they should be one of it. Okay, I'll unmute. I'll unmute you guys. Yeah. Yes. Any
Sir?
doubt? Yes.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
do each observation of time series data is a cross-sectional data?
No.
Why?
That is just a case. So we don't say it's a data. I mean, see, data, we generally consider data when it's in, in some length, like it should be there, right? Otherwise, if it's an individual thing, why do you want to call it as a data itself? I mean, it's just numbers, right? It doesn't mean anything now. Because let's say you collect it. Now why you want to say it's a scale of measurement, it's coming into this, why it's a cross section, right? It could be anything, like it's like, the guy who is everywhere, something like that. So it doesn't actually count as a data itself. Okay. Any...
Can you please explain the sample and population?
Okay. Anybody has doubt with the scales of measurement? I'll take it.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, I have one doubt.
Yes.
So why is there no absolute zero in interval scale of measurement? I have a bit of confusion there.
Why? That's why, see, whenever it doesn't have absolute zero, that's what makes it interval scale, right? Means at zero also it does exist. I mean, it does as it could exist. It might not exist. That depends. But at zero doesn't mean it is going to vanish, right? So it's a weight is there, right? You can see in weight case, weight, if you see at zero, can there be a possibility of -2 weight? No, right? Nobody has -2 weight. At zero means nothing, like black hole or something, like doesn't exist. Height also same. Marks, age, I don't know, income, how many cars a person has, something. So this all numbers are vanishing at zero, right? At zero, it doesn't exist. So that's what say it's a absolute zero. But temperature is there, which exists as zero also, right? There is no temperature is not gonna go away, or like it doesn't gonna stop existing at zero. Temperature is there. 0 centigrade is a valid temperature. 0 Fahrenheit is also a valid temperature. So that's why temperature is a thing. So let's say in GPA case, let's say GPA thing, which has a range of 4 to 10, right? There is no zero coming up here. But still it is count as what you call interval scale, right? Because you can't do multiplication, or you can't take ratio of it. In this case, that property lies, that you can't take, you can't say 5 is half of 10, right? 10 GPA person, or let's say 10 GPA person is double of 5 GPA person. So that's why this property holds, and that's what makes it interval scale. In this case, 0 is not coming into picture, but yeah. So that's what, right? So when we have some scale of measure which has 0, and at 0 means the variable is going to be vanishing, right? You can say vanish means that it's going to be not there, not present at all. So that's what make the ratio scale, right? So at 0, nothing is going to there, and there is no chance of negative values. Okay, there is no chance that you will have -4, -2 of ratio scale. Okay.
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Sir, what kind of variables are date and day of the week? Is the answer is both the numerical variables or the categorical variable?
Which one? Sorry.
The question is, sir, what kind of variable are date and day of the week? Both are numerical or both are categorical? I think both are numerical.
No. See, day of week. Okay. Both are numerical or this. Okay. Okay, date is there. Date. I mean, just date or with month? I mean, how it is represented?
Day with day.
Okay, so date and day both are different, right? Let's say day is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe you can represent them as 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's date, right, which is like from 1 to 30 or 31 something, and depends on month, right? So how it is represented?
My answer is, sir, the date is the numerical variable, but the day is categorical. But we are mentioning the particular day. Oh no, I answered.
See, days are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? If I'm not right, and then later on you can say that Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, 3 and 4. You're converting these numbers, this categories into numbers, right?
Yes.
But these are categorical data. Correct? Because later on you are converting into number, but initially, or the proper representation, it is a categorical data. So there is never going to be eighth one, right? There is no
Right, sir.
possibility of 8. So it either going to be in one of the 7. So that's why it's a categorical data. It's a limited thing. Even though there are sometimes there is no limited thing, but it is in this case it's a category only.
सर
Right?
हिंदी में बोलिए ना सर, एक बार हिंदी में समझाइए.
ठीक है, तो देखो डेज होते हैं वो मंडे, ट्यूसडे, वेडनेसडे, थर्सडे, संडे तक जाएगा, राइट? सो 7 दिन होंगे
जी.
हमारे पास हफ्ते में. उससे ज्यादा तो दिन हो ही नहीं सकते कभी. तो तुम उसे कभी क्या कर रहे हो कि नंबर्स में कन्वर्ट करते रहो बाद में, कि ये मंडे को मैं 1 से दिखाऊंगा, तो मंडे को 2 से भी दिखा सकते हो ना, क्या दिक्कत है? मंडे को
जी.
100 से दिखा दो, क्या प्रॉब्लम? मतलब तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए क्या है ये, है ना? ये चीज तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि ये किससे तुमने रिप्रेजेंट करा है ना?
जी
तो
सर.
तुम कर लोगे. पर तुम इनको क्या ऐड मल्टीप्लिकेशन, सब्सट्रैक्ट, डिवीजन कुछ कर पाओगे? नहीं कर
नहीं
पाओगे.
नहीं, ये तो रेशियो नहीं है.
कुछ कर ही नहीं पाओगे तुम इनसे. सो ये जस्ट एक कैटेगरी ही है, राइट? कैटेगरिकल डेटा ही. तुम इसका कुछ मैथमेटिकल कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे.
Sir, लेकिन the latitude, what kind of variable is latitude? The answer is numerical and continuous. Can you explain that, sir? Latitude.
Okay, so latitude is like, in Earth thing. There are two things, latitude and longitude, to represent a point on Earth. Okay, so let's say this is the point I want to represent on Earth, which could be some latitude. Okay, and then some longitude. Okay, and this all are represented with numbers. So this is a like coordinates of a point. So coordinates are represented with numbers. So like let's say you can say 134, 156. Okay, so this is how they represent longitude and latitude. So that's why this is you can say numerical data.
Numerical, and if we specifically
It's a
go in,
continuous also. Yes, it's a continuous. So because it's not just discrete. You can have 134.4, 134.445 something. So at this much level also it's possible.
sir, just if you can told us that what is the main difference between the discrete and continuous?
Yeah, okay. So okay. See, discrete is this discrete is when numbers are there, or yeah. So we talk about discrete or continuous in case of numbers only. Okay, we never talk about this in case of continuous. Sorry, categorical data. So discrete means something which has, you know, very at a point, it exists at a point and then it doesn't exist. Okay, so let's say 1, 2, 3, for example, number of cars a person owns. He can own 1, 2, 3, 4 car. There is no way he can own 1.5 car, two and a half car. So it's not gonna possible, right? So this is what makes it a discrete case, right? Number of cars.
मतलब कि सर 1 2 3 4 ये जो है ये संख्या है, इनको हम माने वास्तविक रूप में देख नहीं सकते ऐसे।
वास्तविक रूप में देख सकते हैं ना, कार है, ये किस
हाँ
चीज को
हाँ,
बता रहा है, कार?
उनको हम काउंट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन
हाँ,
वास्तविकता में तो ये काउंटिंग ऐसा नहीं है कि 2 कार है लेकिन पर्टिकुलरली उसके ऊपर एक के ऊपर एक लिखा है उसके ऊपर 2 लिखा है, ऐसा तो है नहीं, इसलिए डिस्क्रीट है क्या?
एक के ऊपर एक
मतलब देखिए, एक 4 कार खड़े हैं, अब मैं किसी भी तरफ से काउंटिंग शुरू कर सकता हूँ, ऐसा कोई पर्टिकुलर नहीं है कि दाएं तरफ से काउंटिंग शुरू करना पड़ेगा या बाएं तरफ से।
हाँ, काउंटिंग तुम कहीं से कर लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। ये काउंटिंग का तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। हाँ,
और तो इसलिए क्या ये डिस्क्रीट है कि ऐसा कोई?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता। काउंटिंग कहीं से स्टार्ट करने कोई नहीं है। ये डिस्क्रीट, डिस्क्रीट का मतलब होता है कि जब जब जैसे ये अब हम न्यूमेरिकल स्केल बनाते हैं ना, जब तो ये 0 होता है, जैसे 1 होता है, 2 होता है, 3 होता है, 4 होता है। तो जैसे यहाँ पे ही ये होगा, है ना, यहाँ पे ये से 2 पे, 3 पे, 4 पे, हाँ, तो इसलिए ये डिस्क्रीट होता है। जैसे ये कंटिन्यूस नहीं होता। कंटिन्यूस में क्या होता है, जैसे वेट होता है let's say, है ना, तो वेट कैसे होता है, जैसे वेट होता है तो वो क्या होता है, जैसे ये इट कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम, मतलब 0 से, लेट्स से मैं स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ, 0 मतलब कुछ भी नहीं है, और कहीं पे भी जा सकते हैं ना, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 समथिंग। सो ऑल सब कुछ यहाँ पे इस जो न्यूमेरिकल मेरी स्केल है उसमें सब कुछ पॉसिबल है, राइट? सो इसलिए ये कंटिन्यूस होता है, इसलिए इसे कंटिन्यूस कहते हैं। ये क्या है कि
अच्छा।
यहीं पे ही एग्जिस्ट कर पाएगा, उसके अलावा वो कभी नहीं होगा, है ना? तो डिपेंड्स है ना, कभी कभी क्या होते हैं लोग कि अब डिस्क्रीट का मतलब तो यही है कि वो बस किसी किसी पॉइंट पे होगा, हर जगह नहीं होगा, है ना, इतना ही मतलब है। बट हम क्या करते हैं, हमारी इजीनेस के लिए 0 1 2 3 4 लिख देते हैं। ओके, तो कभी कभी कुछ लोग होते हैं जो ऐसा लिखते हैं, जैसे मान लो 0 है, 0.5 है, 1 है, 1.5 है ना, तो ऐसे भी दिखा सकते हैं। बट ये भी देखो, ये भी कंटिन्यूस नहीं है, हर जगह नहीं है, हो सकता है, ये कभी कभी ही है, बस वेरी स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट्स में है ना, 0.5 में है, 1.5 में है। इसका ये इंटीजर होने या फ्लोट, मतलब फ्लोट मतलब कि क्या होता है, इंटीजर, रियल नंबर, इंटीजर हो या रियल नंबर, इससे कोई पॉजिटिव रियल नंबर, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, नंबर है। और उस वेरी पॉइंट पे ही, उस एग्जैक्ट पॉइंट पे ही कुछ चीज दिखा सकते हैं, उसके आजू बाजू में नहीं होता वो, है ना। तो इस केसेस में ये डिस्क्रीट होता है, ये सारे केसेस में। कंटिन्यूस में ये पूरे में हम दिखा सकते हैं कि यहाँ कुछ भी हो सकता है, वेट।
मतलब सर देखिए, आप एक टीचर है, हम आपके अंडर 10 स्टूडेंट है, आपने बोला कि 10 स्टूडेंट को एक प्रोजेक्ट देते हैं और किसी ने उस प्रोजेक्ट को 7 दिन में खत्म किया, किसी ने 10 दिन में खत्म किया, किसी ने 5 दिन में, तो ये एक डिस्क्रीट है।
हाँ, दिन दिन डिस्क्रीट है, डेज, हाँ, क्योंकि
और
तुम डेज बता रहे हो ना। अगर तुम बोलते कि कितने टाइम में खत्म करा, अब तुम टाइम कैसे मेजर कर रहे हो, तुम बोलोगे मैं तो मिली सेकंड्स में कर रहा था, है ना, या उससे भी कम में कर रहा था, तो अब प्रॉब्लम हो जाए ना, कैसे मेजर। जैसे कि यूसेन बोल्ट है, उसका रिकॉर्ड क्या है, तो तुम देखोगे शायद 9.81 में 100 मीटर रेस जीता है, तो ये टाइम ही है ना। बट इस केस में ये कंटिन्यूअस है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, 9.82 में खत्म कर सकता था, कोई और है जिसने 10 सेकंड में खत्म कर, 10 पॉइंट एग्जैक्ट 10 सेकंड में, और किसी ने 10.01 पे खत्म करा। तो ये सारे केसेस यू नो कंटिन्यूअस है, बट तुम डे बता रहे हो कि मैं डे 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 ही गिनूंगा, है ना, आज तुमने खत्म कर दिया तो आज खत्म, डे इज कंप्लीट, है ना, तो इन केस में यस इट इज अ डिस्क्रीट थिंग।
और अगर सर आपने मान लीजिए कि आपने, अच्छा आपके पास बहुत सारे बैग है, और उसके आप वेट कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो, तो ये कैसे वेरिएबल है?
बहुत सारे बैग है और उसका वेट कैलकुलेट कर रहा है, तो बैग्स का वेट तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, राइट, सो इट्स अ कंटिन्यूअस थिंग, जैसे 20 kg, 20.5 kg, 20.8 kg, 30 kg, 35 kg, कुछ भी हो सकता है, लाइक एनीथिंग इन बिटवीन ऑल्सो पॉसिबल, है ना, एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल, सो इट्स ए कंटिन्यूअस थिंग, इसलिए वो कंटिन्यूअस है।
और अगर सर आप देखिए एडिशन सब्सट्रैक्शन, ये जो क्या कह सकती है, ये जो कार्ड नामे हैं, और ये जो फंक्शन है, इसको हम कौन सी वेरिएबल पे ऊपर अप्लाई कर सकते हैं एडिशन सब्सट्रैक्शन को? मुझे तो लगता है सिर्फ रेशियो पे ही है,
नहीं, एडिशन
या
सब्सट्रैक्शन
फिर
इंटरवल पे भी कर सकते हो, एडिशन सब्सट्रैक्शन कर सकते हो, मल्टीप्लिकेशन नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि
ओ
देखो
अच्छा।
20 सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर है ना,
हम्म
तो मैं ठीक है, और कहीं पे 10 सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर है, तो तुम क्या करो, 10 कम है, ऐसा बोल सकते हो, 10 कम टेम्परेचर है, 10 सेंटीग्रेड से कम है, तुम ये नहीं कह सकते कि आधा टेम्परेचर है उधर, यहाँ से आधा है, ऐसा नहीं कह सकते।
सर और एक क्वेश्चन, द वेरिएबल विथ रेशियो स्केल ऑफ मेजरमेंट कैन हैव जीरो एज वन ऑफ इट्स वैल्यू, ये क्या ट्रू है?
Can have 0 as one of its value.
The variable with ratio scale of measurement can have zero as one of its value.
Hmm, ये ये मुझे I don't think so it's true. Um,
So I also think that, but in the activity question, it's showing that it's true.
okay.
Activity 1.4, question number 6.
Hmm. Okay, 0. I mean, one of its value. It could be there. Okay.
सर रेशियो स्केल का तो है ही, जीरो तो ले ही
हाँ नहीं,
सकता है।
जीरो है, सी वी कैन राइट इट, डेफिनेटली वी कैन राइट इट, रेशियो स्केल में जीरो exist, it's true zero is there, we can write, let's say weight of something, let's say weight we are measuring with a ratio scale, or even let's say height is there, right, so we can say zero weight, zero height of something, that means it doesn't exist, something like that, but
बट
it is,
मार्क्स कैन बी जीरो ना सर?
marks can be
Marks,
zero, yes,
हाँ
marks
marks
can be
can.
zero, yes, so depends, yes, so marks, if you take marks, yes, so zero is a possible value, right, okay, I missed it, okay, marks or something like that you take ratio scale, yes, zero is
After after the count of pen in a bag is zero also, where there is no
yes,
pen in the bag.
yes, counts are, several counts are there which has zero values, correct, cars, pens, books, anything, yes, several counts has zero values.
And sir, for which of the following scale measurement is rank or order meaningful?
So you rank it when we have uh, so see, we rank it when it's not nominal, okay, not nominal, basically all three have ranking possible, okay. What is ordering? Ordering also possible in all three cases, right, because now you can write anything, that's a small, medium, large, which is ordinal, you can have temperature as 10, 20, 30, you can order them, so that is also, that's an interval scale, then just a weight also you can put 110 kg, 120 kg, 130 kg, you can order that also, so this all things are uh, all scales, so basically except nominal you can order and rank them. Okay, next out.
So next doubt is all that's all, sir.
Oh yeah, no, anybody else? Anybody else is out?
Sir, but I am facing some problem with technical issues in this class, sir. Can I,
What kind of technical issue?
sir, after you unmute myself, uh, due to non-disturbance, if I mute myself right now, I can't unmute myself again.
Is it?
Huh. But
Hmm.
you allowed us to unmute, but after you allowed us unmute, then my mic is unmute, and
Okay.
if
Now you can, I think. Okay, so I stopped it. Okay. Allow
okay,
button unmuted. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank
So
you, sir.
same
Sir, I
problem.
have a doubt.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, in the date and day when you were said na date and day once, can you go there?
Yeah. Sure. Day. Sorry. Day.
Day and date.
Day and date. Okay. Where did I wrote that? Yeah. Okay. Here. Yes.
Sir, there day will be the day you said has categorical data.
Yes.
Date comes under.
Date also is a categorical date.
Sir, if we mention month and year.
One time means.
Sir,
Month
if
and
we
year.
mention month and year,
Oh yeah, month and year. Okay. Yes. Then.
it will be numerical or categorical.
So month is also categorical data. Okay. And year is see, year is also you can say, okay, years could be anything. So that's why year is a numerical data, because it exists from like very long back, and
Yes,
then
sir.
it's going to be there in like infinity, right? So it has
Yes.
all the range possible. So it's a numerical data.
So its whole format like date,
Yeah,
slash
so,
month and year.
yes.
Then
So
it comes on.
so generally we take date, as a spatial category itself.
Okay.
So date is itself a different kind of category. Date time. We represent it as a date time. So you will later on maybe go ahead, when you'll be as a machine learning or something, and when you'll reach there, you'll know that date itself is a category. It doesn't come under categorical numerical, but itself because it's a very important feature, so we have made it itself. But to answer your question, for now we consider it as categorical only, because it's represented as a strings or something, like one, let's say one, uh, like one is month, but okay, in Indian, okay, so if I write, let's say today's date 29/9/24,
2020.
right? So something like this. So this is why it becomes categorical kind of thing. We can't add them or do anything operations on it. We can yeah, in this format we can't do it, right? Like same way. So that's if it is written in this way, that's why I can't do anything, and that's what makes it as a categorical kind of data.
Okay. Also, sir, in this longitudes question,
Yes,
sir, it comes under numerical or categorical?
it's a numerical,
Numerical continuous.
continuous.
Okay, sir. But
Because
we have a range of things like it starts from one point. Latitudes, the name of the latitude, if we call,
yes,
they have certain like we can't write whatever maybe.
yeah.
They
See,
are
there is
fixed. I
range
mean,
of
like they are
things.
fixed.
Yeah, there is a range. Okay, that's not the issue. Range is there, but
Yeah.
still you can have all the things in between, right? All the things in this range. Maybe let's say 0 to something, some value. You can have all of that. Even negative is also possible. So negative latitudes are there. Let you know, right? So everything is possible. So that's why it's a numerical and it's a continuous. Anything like 124.44, that is also a possible value.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, is time is numerical data or categorical data, sir?
Time is, so usually it's a numerical data, but how do you represent it? That is also, so let's say you're saying I don't know, hour wise, let's say 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour. if it's like constantly this way, then it becomes discrete, right? Depends, like, so that's what's the context about the time? How do you represent, how do you want to write it, and what way you are writing it? Let's say you say that, sessions conducted in this, then you might see, let's say 2 hour sessions are there, then some sessions are 1 hour, some sessions are 3 hours, something. So if it is going to be this way only, then it becomes discrete, right? If it is uh, being written as, a different way, that exact time, how much session uh, goes on, exact time, right? If you want to write exact time, then it could go like, let's say 1 hour 50 minute, 2 hour 10 minutes, 3 hours, right? So that's what makes it as a continuous thing. So how do you write it? That's what changes the category of it.
Is it if it is a periodic time, it is a numerical data, sir? Periodic, the time is in period, just like 2 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah, so not periods, but how do you write it? Like, how do you mention the time, right? In which way you mention? So in this case, since I'm like, okay, how many hours a day session is going to be, if that is my category, right? So what kind of variable is this? So variable depends on the variable I'm writing it, right? So every day, let's say 2 hour session is there, then it becomes discrete, right? Because that's what I defined. But did it happen for 2 hours? So actual timing of session, if you write that, then you will have different things. That's what makes it as a continuous.
Or else if we write an exact time, sir, the exact time right now, 8585 is a numerical data.
Exact time you write, no, then it become, it's a numerical data, but it becomes, yes, I mean, it's not what, yeah, sorry, it's a numerical continuous, it's not discrete.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, we know that age is a variable, sir. Gender is a variable, right?
Yes.
If the gender is female, what about the female is a case or a variable, sir?
It's, see, the female, male, or anything is not a case or not a variable. It is a value of a variable. So we have gender as a variable, under which the male or female is a value of it, okay, of that variable. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. I have another, sir. Please go to the ratio scale, sir.
Okay. Let's say ratio scale. Okay, this one.
Sir, in those examples, age is there, na, sir? Examples. Ratio scales.
Age, yes.
We have the ratio in arithmetic operation. There is a multiple, sir. The age of the multiplication of age doesn't make any sense right now, sir.
No, you can say, no, that successive younger brother is half the age of older brother. So let's say younger brother is of age 10, older brother is of age 20. You can say this is half the age of older brother, right?
Right. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, can we say that if a variable can become zero, then it will have ratio scale of measurement? For example, cost per unit, total cost, all these can become zero. So all these will be considered as to have ratio scale of measurement.
Yes. So basically, whichever doesn't exist as zero, means like that it does have true absolute zero, right? That's what it means. That when it will be zero means that cost, let's say cost is there. Zero means there is no cost. Zero age means no age, like he doesn't have any age, no weight, no height, something. So that's what like verbally, if I say that's what it means, that means yes, in those cases that's a ratio scale. But let's say temperature, zero temperature doesn't mean there is no temperature. There is temperature which is zero.
Yes, sir. So, sir, cost per unit can also become zero.
Yes.
So it will also have ratio scale of measurement.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, did
Sir,
you mean
sir,
Yeah, go
sir,
ahead.
in interval scale, the temperature can be in negative, like minus 10 degrees.
Yes.
If we take the interval of like minus 10 degrees, 0 degrees, 10 degrees,
Yes.
in the addition of two, like minus 10 and plus 10, there exists a 0.
Okay. Yes,
Like
so
what we have to consider, just now it is discussed that no absolute 0 will be exist in interval scale.
no. Yes, so no absolute zero means what is zero means in this case? Zero is
Like
written, right? But that doesn't
addition.
mean that doesn't see absolute zero exist means at zero the temperature should not exist at all. There is no temperature. If I say that, I mean then it becomes the ratio scale, right? At zero, like weight and height, but at zero the temperature is there. That zero itself is representing that temperature. So that's why it is an interval scale.
Sir, I didn't get. Can you repeat again?
and say 0 is a cooler one temperature, but it's a temperature. That's why you can't, because origin doesn't exist, so we can't compare double, triple. So that's why it's interval. You can say.
See, you wrote temperature as zero, right? Then you gave, let's say, temperature 20. You give temperature minus 20, right?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
at
sir.
zero, see, in absolute zero cases, what is absolute zero? So let's say weight is there. Okay. Can I write minus 20 as weight?
No,
No, right? Can I write height, age, anything which is ratio
no,
scale? No, right? So what I
no.
have is I have just this part, right? Zero is there, then something, right? So this part I
Yes,
have.
sir.
But in this
Yes.
case, if the temperature is there, I have minus 20 as well. Zero is there. So basically at zero, my temperature is not vanishing or it's vanish or you can say not exist. It does exist. It's zero.
Yes.
Zero centigrade is there. It's a cooler, or you can say cold is there, but it's there. The temperature is still there. And minus 20 also you can go. You can go minus 40 as well, right? So
Yes.
that's what it is. There is no. That's why you can't do. You can't say this is a double of it. If you say that let's say 40 or 20 degrees Celsius is I don't know how much. You know 40 times of minus 20, it doesn't make any sense in this case.
So no, some not. My question is not that in interval scale we can add or subtract.
Yes, you can add
Minus 20 plus 20.
yes.
In that case, there exists a 0.
Yes, so
How
but that
we
is not
have
the
to
meaning of
consider?
it. The
Sir?
mathematically, see what you are doing is you are mathematically doing something, right? Multiplication,
Yes, sir.
addition, subtraction, you can do it. You can do that here as well, right? Let's say you have weight of 10, you have weight of 20.
Yes,
Let's say
sir.
something, right? So you do that. I mean, that's what not that is not the meaning of true zero, right? That's what we are not talking about. We are talking about the true zero uh, doesn't exist here. It's a different meaning. It's not about the numerical
Answer.
mathematical thing. Yeah, it's not about that.
Okay.
Sir, we call that minus 270 degrees centigrade is a zero value, uh, which doesn't exist there.
Minus something as zero value.
In physics, we called some just minus 270 degrees centigrade is a zero value in finite scale.
Minus 273 as a zero value.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
In Kelvin scale. In Kelvin scale.
in Kelvin is different. So Kelvin, if you go, that is the ratio scale. Kelvin is a ratio scale.
Oh, Kelvin is a ratio scale.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes.
So when we are measuring the dates, day, it is a numerical and like discrete value. But when we are measuring same day in the terms of times like hours or minute or
Okay.
seconds, then what kind of variable? Like what is that? It is numerical continuous or numerical discontinuous, like discrete kind of thing.
See, I think it is numerical and continuous, because if you're measuring it, let's say in time, hours or something, hour is okay. So if you measure in seconds or milliseconds or something, then it can go, point wise as well. So how do you write it? That's what makes the difference there. If you write it with, let's say, 9.81 seconds, 20 seconds, 25.42 seconds, right? So you can write it
Yeah,
this way.
this one, no, this one I got it. But so like suppose in like a day there is 24 hours. So if
Yeah.
I'm going to the next day in the like measuring, it will
Yeah,
be
if you write
25
this 1,
hours.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like this, right? Only this way, then
Yes.
then it becomes. See, I know. I think it looks like categorical part. Uh, let's say 424 only, right? But
Yes,
in,
sir.
because since this is a time, right? Time, you can actually add time and all. You can do several things with it. Let's say with month, uh, it doesn't look too, not much we can do with months and all, but with times we do it, like let's say 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something, we add them. So that's why it's being kept as a numerical kind of thing. Okay, you can say it's a numerical thing, uh, hours and all. Because hours
Okay,
could
sir.
be, let's say, one in a day. If you restrict it to a day, like let's say you restrict till to a day, then might be changed. It could come under categorical if you restrict for a day only. But
But
hours
what
could
if
be
I keep
extended to
continuing?
like
Like,
25 hours,
but
28 hours is also possible. Something like
so in
some
the case of this, so in the case of this 25 hours and 28 hours, it is continuous.
uh see, that's what it is. Like, the context, how you want to write it, depends everything on
Okay.
that. If you write it in a numerical format and then say something like, so what is a variable? So define variable. That variable definition will say that it's a continuous or not continuous.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It's depend on perspective, sir.
Yes.
Sir, is it so that nominal and ordinal scale will be applicable only to categorical data
Yes.
and interval and ratio scale to numerical data?
Yes. Yes. So numerical data will be represented in either
Okay.
interval or
But then,
ratio.
sir, what about phone number? Phone number will.
Phone number, yeah, see, phone number, pin code, this all are written in numbers, like we use numbers to write them, but they are still categories. Okay. You
Okay,
can
so
say,
they will have.
yeah, you can say something like, let's say, so when you will go further, so let's say I have small, medium, and large. This is my ordinal data. You can write them as a 0, 1, and 2 for your ease of counting. Let's say computation or something, you can do it. But still, this is the categorical data. Same way we can say pin code as well, because we can't actually do any mathematical thing on this. We can just count them, right?
So,
Something
sir,
that's all
that,
we can do.
okay, sir. So, sir, that means phone number and pin code will have nominal scale of measurement.
Yes, nominal scale of measurement. Yes.
Okay. Then, sir, what about, for example, if we have rating in numbers like 1 to 5, and rating in words like bad, worse, worst. So,
Yes.
in both of these types, what will be the scale of measurement if we have numbers and if we have words for rating?
So if it is a number, right, then uh number is
Categorical.
So I think it will be nominal and ordinal both.
Numbers.
Because the rating as per the textbook is ordinal.
Yes, yes. No, numbers are sorry. The rating is the ordinal type of thing, right?
Yes, sir. But then,
But
sir,
yes. See, if this, let's say 4 and 5, this difference does exist, right? Let's say there is a meaning in this. Let's say 5 minus 4 is something. I don't know what is rating wise. If you can say that, let's say, I'm not sure what is, but if you have that, that's what makes it, I think, interval or something like numerical thing. But let's say when you write it in words, right, bad and very bad, good, something, then there is no exact difference between them. There is nothing in it. So that's what you can say is a categorical kind of thing and ordinal categorical.
But then, sir, there was a question. It said that the rating is done from 1 to 5, and the answer was given interval scale of measurement.
Yeah, that was a mistake, so we removed it.
Okay, and if the rating is done, it's given in words, then it is obvious that it will be ordinal scale. And in case of numbers also, it will be ordinal scale only because we
Yeah,
have
ordinal
rating.
scales only. Yeah. So mostly, see what happens is when we don't have the difference known, right? What is this difference about? So 5 minus 4 is what? If we don't know the difference value, then it becomes a categorical data. Okay. When the difference is known to us, that 5 minus 4, exactly what does it mean? That makes it a numerical thing. So I think if it is about rating thing, then we never know what is 5 minus 4. But let's say it's a age, then we know what is 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4 is 1 year. Right? Unit is given. So here I think there is no unit in this. Right?
Sir, but how can we say it's ordinal?
It's ordinal, right? So 1 is lower than 2, then 3, then 4 is lower than 3, and 5,
we
right?
can order it.
Yeah.
Sir,
Sir, in simple
That
language,
means a rating
which
and ranking will always be ordinal, irrespective of if it is numerical or it is categorical. It will always be ordinal only because we are rating or ranking something.
Rating and ranking. Okay, ranking. Yes, ranking as well. Yes, rating as well, ranking as well. Yes.
Okay.
Sir,
Thank you,
we
sir.
can we say discrete means we can't find more values between two numbers, like in integers we can't find more number between 1 and 2, whereas in rational number we can find, like between 1 and 2 we 1 plus 2 by 2, there is a 3 by 2, right?
No, that's not the case. So discrete and continuous is a different thing. Ordinal, or sorry, numerical and categorical is also a different thing.
No, sir. I'm asking difference between discrete and continuous. What I'm observing, I observed like in discrete, we can't find more
Yeah.
values between two numbers. Like in
Correct.
integers, we can't find between 1 and 2. But in rational number, we can find about between any of the number we can find between a number, like
Correct.
we find one between 1 and 2, 1 plus 2 upon 2. Even we can find 3 by 2 and 2, then 3 by 2 plus 2 upon 2 is that number between 3 by 2 and 2. That's why it's continuous, I think so.
Correct. That's what it is. Continuous means everything is possible in from certain range, but it could be in range or not range, but doesn't matter. But everything is possible in it, right? Every possible value is there on number scale, and in discrete cases, few of those values are present.
There is a limit.
There is a limit. Yes, you can't take everything. Correct. Okay. Any other doubt? Next, anybody
Sir,
else?
can we define discrete data is only represented in whole numbers?
Sorry, which data?
Discrete.
Can we define? Yeah, yes, we can write it in whole number, but we can write it as other numbers as well. Okay, like we chose it to be whole number, but doesn't make any difference if you represent it with any integers as well, like
Okay.
any other, right? Float
Can
value.
it be fractional?
Yes, it can be fractional.
Okay.
It can.
How can it be fractional? Because
If a task completed in suppose 3 days or 4 days, then it will be discrete or continuous. If the question
It
says
is
that
discrete.
this,
It is discrete.
sir.
it is discrete.
Yes.
All right. So
Sir,
can we say that if a number contains a decimal, it will be continuous, and if it doesn't contain a
In which, sorry, here, so I didn't get your question.
value that contains a decimal.
Your voice is breaking, I think. Okay.
So same thing she is saying, like decimal numbers, it also a discrete value, no?
Decimal
No,
numbers, yeah.
it's
So
not a discrete.
decimal,
It's not discrete. It's continuous, I can say.
yes. But you can represent discrete values with decimals. That's not an issue. Okay.
Okay.
Represent, but it's sir, continuous, I think.
You can represent discrete values with decimals. Okay. So let's say I have something as the small, medium, large. Let's take that only, right? I can order them, right? Small, medium, large. I can order them. I can write them. Now you can choose it to write it in numbers. If you want to write it in numbers, you can have it as integer. That's not an issue. You can write it's a 1, 2, 3. Or you can write, let's say 0 0.5, 0, 1.5, and 2.5. So at one point only it exists, right? So it doesn't matter how you represent this data, but it is a discrete thing, right? And in this case, let's say if it is a count and all, then we know that the count itself has a meaning, some kind of meaning. So I can't write it in different way, right? In different way. So continuous and discrete is little bit different than the scales of measurement, right? So
Sir, actually, I'm unable to understand this difference between continuous and discrete. I always get confused.
okay, so for ease of yourself, you can say that anything which is, at, let's say this is number scale, okay, and at certain points, these are certain points of a number scale, it exists, the variable, right? The variable, you can choose any variable. At certain point, the values are exist, then it's a discrete case. Continuous means everything is there, is a continuous. Okay, let's say weight is there, it can be from 0 to anything, okay, anything, right? 0, weight, height, also 0 to anything. Then let's say temperature, which is from negative something to positive something, right? Negative number to positive number, anything. 20.48 centigrade is possible.
So anything we count, it's a discrete value.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
So sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
I am very new to this session. I have joined the course in September only. So what I am wondering is this session a regular lecture or a doubt session?
This is a regular session. We'll have it every Friday, every Sunday. Sorry, every Sunday.
Okay,
Every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
we have to attend it. We have to attend
there is
it
no
along with
attendance in
our
this.
online lecture.
No, there is no attendance in these sessions.
Okay, so
There's no attendance.
these are basically extended lectures along with our online lectures.
Yes. Extended
Okay,
lecture, yes.
So you were explaining the difference between discrete and continuous.
Yeah, I completed it. That's what it is. See.
So that means, sir, if you have a continuous day.
Yes.
Sir, can I?
We have continuous data.
Sir, can I?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Basically, we can't say na ki, I am driving 1/4 of the car because it's a discrete.
Yes,
we
you
can
can.
say I am driving a one car. I have 4 cars, 5 cars. We can't say I have 1/2 of the car. I have 1.5 car. We can't say na because it's not a continuous. Continuous means we say we find majorly numbers, like we can say between rational numbers in 1/2 and 3/2 we can find the number, we can find numbers between 1 and 2, but in integers there is a -1, -2, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like these kinds of number integer contains. but there is not any fractional value. There is no rational numbers, and that's why we can't find any rational number. That's why we can't find any number between 1 and 2 or 3 by 4. We can't find 3 by 4 there. We can't 3 by find 3 by 2, क्योंकि मुझे वहां पर वो नहीं मिलेगा, कोई फ्रैक्शनल वैल्यू हम ढूंढ नहीं पाएंगे, क्योंकि इंटीजर्स में फ्रैक्शनल होता नहीं है, एंड फ्रैक्शनल है नहीं, तो हम केवल 1 2 3 को ही गिन सकते हैं, उसके बीच में नंबर्स फाइंड नहीं कर सकते. But in continuous, we find it between 1 and 2, we can find 3 by 2. Even we can find between 3 by 2 and 2. Basically, it's I think 2 to the 4, 4 to 7. It will be 7 by 2, right? We can find multiple numbers between those. That's why it's a continuous, because we find multiple numbers between two numbers. Infinite numbers between two numbers makes continuous. लाइक गठा हुआ नंबर है, इसमें से हम एक नंबर पिक करके नंबर को ब्रेक नहीं कर सकते, साइकिल ब्रेक नहीं कर सकते, हर किसी नंबर के बीच में एक नंबर जरूर होगा. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कंटीन्यूअस. एंड डिस्क्रीट मींस कि बीच में कुछ नहीं होगा, लाइक 1 2 3 एंड 1 2 के बीच में कुछ नहीं, 2 3 के बीच में कुछ नहीं. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स डिस्क्रीट. I think so it's clear, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thanks. Any other doubt? Anything else? Somebody asked about population sample. Are you here? Hello. Does anybody have problem with population sample?
Sir, can we continue by day after tomorrow? We have a class at 8, maths class.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I'm closing the session, so if no doubt is there. I already taught whatever is there. Now I'm taking the doubts. You can continue day after tomorrow. When what is the thing there?
So you said there is a class on Tuesday, doubt clearing session.
Yes. Okay, so we can take it there. Yeah, we can take it there. But somebody has an understanding problem with sample population. I thought I'll take it again. Already explained it. If you understood, you can leave it. No, not a issue.
Actually, I have a doubt.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, it's from the like of DPP. Can I speak the question? Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, the question is like the head of a locality in Chennai conducted a survey in her locality regarding COVID-19. According to the survey, statement 1, 59% of the residents considered COVID-19 to be a serious disease. Statement 2, 41% considered it as normal flu and are of the opinion that there should be not be a lockdown. The options are which of the following is a case observation from the above data?
Which activity is it? Can you tell me that?
Wait. Sir, practice assignment 1.2.
Practice assignment 1.2. Okay, question number
12.
Question number 12. Okay. Okay, so head of a locality in Chennai conducted a survey in her locality regarding COVID-19. According to survey, statement 1 is that 59% of residents consider COVID-19 to be serious disease. 41% consider it as a normal flu and are of the opinion that there should not be any lockdown. Which of the following is case observation for the above data? Okay, so case is person who answered the survey. He is the case, or he or she is the case.
Okay.
Okay, because you are collecting data from someone. So that whatever that is, person in our case is a case, right? So he will give something that's a COVID-19 is a serious disease. So he will put that, and other might say it's not a serious disease, right? So the person is giving you the data. So whoever gives you the data, he becomes the case, right? You are studying someone.
And sir, in the question number 13 or 14, I have a confusion about how to decide if it is a inferential data or it is a descriptive data.
So see, they said if all the residents of the locality participate in survey, what is the statistical analysis can be done using this data? See, first they are saying about the locality in Chennai, right? Conducted, and they are saying about them only, I think. Okay, so if all the residents, all of them participated in, then you have the whole data set, right? You don't need to make any inference about it. You can just give a descriptive analysis, and that you are done with it, right? You are
But
making,
sir, we
yes,
in this case we are concluding that how many people are taking this as a serious issue, or how someone are not taking it as serious. It
yes.
is a kind of conclusion, no?
Conclusion you can make. That's not the issue. You can make inference. See, inference and conclusion has different meaning. Conclusion means you have the data. You say that, let's say, let's say, what? Give me a minute. Yeah. So let's say people are there, right? Who gave the survey? Something they wrote that, let's say, COVID related to, is it serious or something, right? They I'm correct. Somebody said yes, somebody said no, something like this, right? So from this, Harsh, you can, yeah. So from this, I can make, so let's say if I have all the data set, I can say that, okay, this people are saying conclusion. Conclusion is that people are saying that it's a serious disease. 59% of this, right? So 59, that's what they took, right? 59 are saying that it's a serious, right? I can count it, I can take that, right? Then 41 are saying that it's not a serious thing, right? So I can make the conclusion out of it. That's not a issue. Inference is a different thing. If I make inference about something, that means that, let's say, I have all the data, right? Here in this case, I have all of it. Right? Let's say I have few people's data. Now, let's say in locality could be million. Let's say 1 million people are living there. Okay, or 10 lakhs. If you don't understand million, 10 lakhs people are staying there. Okay, out of that, let's say 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs. I took a 2 lakh sample out of that, or 2 lakhs people said that something. I got this data again, same thing. Yes, no, and everything. Same thing I got here. Okay, but for 2 lakhs only. Then if I say that, it's that majority of the people are saying that COVID is not a serious virus. That means I'm making inference, right? Now I am talking about 10 lakhs people. Even though I don't know at 8 lakhs people, I don't have anything about 8 lakhs people. Still, I'm saying about all of them. So that's what an inference is. I can say again, same thing. Like 59% of people are saying, 59% could say. Now I can say 59% are saying. I can say 59% could say that it's a serious thing, and 41% could say that it's not a serious thing. Now this is not a surety. It might changes. So that's what inference is. But if I have all the data, I can say with confidence. I can say, let's say, yeah, since I have all the data, I can say that 59% are saying that it's not a serious disease. Okay.
So, sir, what is the answer of this question? Inferential statistics.
No, see, you collected all of it, right? Then you are saying that if all the residents of locality participate in survey, then you are making some statistical analysis, right? So that's what the descriptive statistic is for. You have the data and you are making it conclusion on it.
Okay, sir. And sir, in the question number 14.
Yeah, I think you got the answer, right? I mean, you want the confirmation. I mean, that's what is the inferential statistic. Okay. Okay, then shall we close now?
Sir, one last question.
Okay.
Sir, all these DPP questions are sufficient to qualify the qualifier exam of 27th of October?
Yes. So MNC questions is a different thing. Concept, if you understood, then yes. This are questions, right? It might come up in different ways, but the main point is you do you understand what is the concept? Let's say sample, what is population, what is inferential, differential, sorry, descriptive, what is ordinal scale, nominal scale. This whole thing, if you understood, then yes, you can definitely clear it. It's just different words, same concepts. So
Okay, sir. Thank you.
focus on concepts. Question could be anything. You can, if you search on internet, you will get millions of questions. It's like the oldest branch in does exist for now, right? It's been there for like 200, 300 years, even before that. Yes. Any doubt, Gautam? Do you have doubt?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I was out of town from last week, so I've come back to my city today. So I just want to ask you, are there any regular sessions which are going on from IIT Madras of statistics, maths, and English, or any other?
Yes, yes. We'll have session on statistics on. So we'll have English sessions. Today is an open session, so I'll explain something conceptual if you have. That is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Then on Tuesday, we'll have activity and practice assignment doubts. So whatever you have doubts and activity and practice assignment, you can ask me on Tuesday.
Okay.
And along with that, we will have a solve with us also. So solve with us. If you have any doubt in that, you can ask me that also. Okay, solve
Yeah,
with
yeah.
us is
But
a
sir,
different type. So
yeah.
another set of questions.
Yeah.
Yes, and on
So
Monday,
these are the
same
extra
session
lectures
which I
which you
took
are
today.
taking. Yeah.
Yes, it's extra lecture.
And
Extra
what
means
about the
yes,
regular
everything is
lectures
extra. I
which are
think there is no
happening in the week?
attendance or
And what are the regular
sorry.
lectures which are happening in the week? Which are the regular lectures which are happening in the week?
These are regular only, which will happen every week. But these are not mandatory.
Okay.
These are add-ons. All the sessions are add-ons only.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Shall we close now?
Yes, sir, we can. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Then we'll close it.